Como hay dudes, sueño de medio Raptor es el giro de episodio de los medios Raptor opinions. I'm not doing this entire thing in Spanish. I'm sorry, I can't do that. So, let's get right to it. Coco, the new Disney Pixar movie. Is it any good? Well, when I first saw the trailer, I kind of thought, you know, this reminds me of another movie I've seen. What was that movie? See, the movie it reminded me of is a movie I'm not even sure if I like. So, yeah. The movie in question is called The Devil's Carnival. It's a weird musical anthology movie about people who die, end up in hell, and the devil tells Aesop's fables with music. Don't believe me, look it up. There's actually a sequel to it. It's such a bizarre movie. I don't know if I like it or not. Like, I can't give you an honest opinion on it right now. But when I saw the trailer, I thought, okay, you know what? I want to see this. It looks like it could be a good movie. And so I saw it. Wow, was it amazing. So we follow our main character Miguel, who's this young kid. He really wants to be a musician. But his great-great-grandfather left to become a musician, never came back, and now his family has banned music. You've probably heard this story before. Like, even The Little Mermaid Ariel's beginning has a plot very similar to this. The whole idea of they need to bring music back, they need to show it's okay, and they need to help the family get over the big trauma. Now, just because an idea has been done before, it doesn't mean it can't be done again, and done better. And in Coco's case, it knocks it out of the park. See, what Coco does is Miguel steals his great-great-grandfather's guitar, plays it, and accidentally curses himself on the Day of the Dead. See, it's kind of hard to explain without spoiling a lot of the movie, and I don't know a lot of the culture this movie is based on, and I don't want to offend anyone. But what the movie kind of said was, when he took from his great-grandfather's grave, it cursed him so he could enter the land of the dead, but if he didn't get his family's blessing and go back before sunrise, he would be stuck there forever. Okay, that's a pretty basic plot, and it's pretty simple. What do they do that makes it so unique? The characters. The dynamic of these characters. Miguel acts like an actual kid. You understand where he's coming from and you sympathize with him. Hector, one of the skeletons he meets, you love him from the start. He makes mistakes, he messes up. Nobody in this movie is blameless. All the characters, the family, the skeletal family, Miguel, Hector, the others whose names I can't pronounce, I'm sorry. They all have flaws and they all have, well, strengths. And what makes the movie so unique is they all work off each other. They actually act like a family that gives a crap about one another. But what really makes this movie so cool, well, okay, one of the things that makes, I don't, you know what, I gotta do this. Spoiler alert, skip to this time if you don't want to hear the spoilers for this movie. I'm sorry, but I gotta talk about this. The reason why, well, one of the things that makes this movie so powerful is this idea that if you're forgotten, if you have no one left alive to tell your story, you cease to exist altogether. We actually see it happen to a guy in the movie. We don't know what happens afterwards. They don't know what happens. It could be they go to heaven, to hell, but from what the movie seems to imply, they just stop existing. Like, they're gone. Essentially, it's kind of what atheists believe happened to us when we die. We cease to exist. It's kind of horrifying when you think about it. It really, like, there are people who work their whole lives just to try and be remembered, and then they're forgotten within a week. Look at most viral stars. They get huge for a while, and then all of a sudden, boom. And this movie, it takes that fear, and it proves why you should be afraid of it. And it also shows why, well, how family can be so important. The other thing I think I have to talk about, and again, this is kind of a spoiler, so that's why the time code said later and not now, is the bad guy. For most of the movie, it doesn't seem like there's a bad guy. It seems like it's much more just this Miguel just checking out the land of the dead, trying to find his great-great-grandfather, sorry. What happens is, turns out the guy he thought was his great-great-grandfather killed his great-great-grandfather. Turns out Hector, the guy he's been trying to, working with this whole time, is his actual great-great-grandfather, who was murdered by the man who he worked with for his music. Not only is that incredibly dark for a Disney movie, considering the fact that they straight up poison and then murder someone, and then you actually see their body later in the afterlife, and he's being forgotten, which is why he's trying to get Manuel back to the land of the living. So it works in the movie. But the thing is, my only problem with it is it's another surprise villain reveal. Most Disney movies recently have had surprise villain reveals, and it's getting kind of annoying. I'd like just to see a villain from the start to the end who's the bad guy. Not, I'm secretly the bad guy. It's a cool idea, but Disney seems to be doing that more and more, and we don't get memorable villains. You know what I'm saying? Alright, thanks. Sorry about that. I had to go off on some spoiler territory for a minute. What makes this movie so amazing is, like I said, the character dynamic, the humor is spot on. When I saw the trailer, there's a dog in this movie. I was thinking, okay, all throughout the movie, the dog's going to be licking them or taking their bones and running away, or they're going to be making skeleton puns like Undertale. There's none of that. Not once. Bravo, Disney. Bravo. Also, from what I could tell, and I did do a little bit of reading after, the culture they were sort of bringing to film, it's very accurate to what is the traditional culture. So once again, Disney, bravo, because in the past, for those of you who don't know, Disney's made some mistakes in the past. One example, go watch Dumbo, you'll know what I'm talking about. But the characters, Miguel, his quest, yeah, it's one we've seen before, but it's one that you feel with him. You want him to succeed. You get why the family is afraid of music, because it tore them apart. You understand that their anger and their hatred, not their hatred, but their anger towards the great-great-grandfather, it makes sense. And when they all get back together, they don't forgive him right away. They actually have to work on that. That, it's not just all of a sudden, okay, family, there, we're done. It's no, we gotta actually talk about this. We gotta do something first. That kind of storytelling Pixar is doing fantastic with in the past while, and I loved it. You know what's even better than the story itself, which is already unique, entertaining, the animation. Oh my god. The animation is some of the most breathtaking and beautiful animation I have ever seen in any movie, period. Alright, and that includes Spirited Away, Red Line, all this other stuff. No, Coco has some of the best animation ever. Okay? You cannot even dispute that. Watching this thing in 3D in the theaters, it was breathtaking. The leaves, the veins in the leaves as they fly around, you can see them. There's one shot when you see the city for the first time, over 8 million lights in one shot. The water, it looked great in the Good Dinosaur, that thing looked incredibly realistic. It looks even better here. All the skeletons, they actually have wear and tear. They have marks, scratches, sort of the indents in bones. It works. That's something else I love, is these skeleton characters. They make them pretty unique. Like I said, it would be easy just to make a bunch of puns or anything, and once or twice they have a character's jaw drop off altogether. You should expect that. But then they have them eating and drinking. They don't just go for the cheap route there. They make these characters unique, memorable. All of them look unique to one another. There's no two that look the exact same aside from the twins. It works shockingly well. The animation, you gotta see it to believe it. It is truly some of Disney's best. He agrees. He doesn't even know what I'm talking about, but he agrees. Yeah. Okay, what could be better than this? This is the one part I think that might lose some people. The music. There are a few songs in here, but oh man, they are amazing. I used to play the guitar, and now I want to play the guitar again, just after watching this movie. The energy, the lyrics, the liveliness, the vocals, it's all fantastic. This thing better win an Oscar. Best song, best animated picture, I don't care. This thing has got to win some sort of award for this. It is awesome. the sound mixing, well, I guess that kind of goes without saying, it's Disney, it's beautiful. Straight up, I'm just giving Coco 4 Raptor Claws out of 4, but I do have to warn you. For parents who think about taking their kids to this, it might be one of Disney's best movies. It's also one of their most emotionally devastating movies. The idea of being forgotten, the idea there's a constant theme of death, no matter what. You kind of know that going in, but they don't sugarcoat anything. And more than once, I did cry in the theater. I'm willing to admit that. Even after, I was still kind of just torn, like, where do I go from here? Like, what does this all mean? Heck, it even kind of makes you question life itself. Like, what does it matter? Like... But you know what? There's so much beauty in the world, so much greatness. There's stuff like this now in the world that, you know what, it makes life worth living. And I know some people who struggle with every day, and this is gonna jump off the rails for a second, but don't worry, you're not alone. But man, you guys, this movie is still in theaters, and it's probably going to be for a long time. You guys gotta check it out. It's a great movie. Takes about 15 minutes to get going, but then after that, it delves just into everything you could hope it would be. Great characters, beautiful animation, fantastic music. I want to go back and watch it again. It earned that 4 Raptor Claw rating and might be the best movie I've seen this year. No lie. It might be the best movie I've seen this year. But anyhow, you guys, as for next time, well, we got a Christmas movie. It's not the Christmas special. That one, you'll know when that one comes. But it's a Christmas movie I really thought I would have liked more than I did. But hey guys, until next time, this is the Media Raptor saying keep cool, and I'll see all you dino dudes around. Later.